Good evening. My name is Dan Dumas, and this is the 5x5 devotion. It's Monday night, and I'm coming to you live from my home. And I've entitled our topic tonight, Life and Doctrine. I want to base our study out of 1 Timothy 4, verse 16. It is a singular, powerful verse that provides for us the two disciplines that are necessary as we walk with God this week, our 10th week now in this COVID-19 global pandemic. Let me read the text and we'll dive in. Paul writes to young Timothy, his lieutenant, "Pay close attention to yourself and to your teaching. Persevere in these things. For as you do this, you will ensure salvation both for yourself and those who hear you." What Paul is challenging Timothy with is what I'm challenging you with, and that is integrity. To live a life of integrity. I think a good definition is a proper place to start, and I believe a good definition of integrity is what you're like when nobody is around. What you're like when nobody else is around. You see, it's when your private life and your public life sync that you'll be a man or a woman or a teenager of integrity. That means that you will stand up when everyone else sits down. That means that you are going to be faithful in the smallest of things. It means your word is going to be your bond. You're going to swear even to your own hurt. That you have integrity. Your private life and your public life, they sync. And I'm telling you, the stakes are high. As a matter of fact, there's no such thing as a small lapse of integrity. It will take you a lifetime to gain integrity, and it only takes a moment to lose your integrity. So I'm calling you to the two disciplines of life and doctrine. Really what I'm calling you to is the doctrine of vigilance or gospel vigilance. Vigilance is an old Puritan word, but I think it captures it well. When Paul tells young Timothy to pay attention, he's telling him to focus, to put energy and vigilance into these two practices, these two disciplines. It actually means to grasp and to never let go, to hang on. So it's not this soft grip. It is a strong, hearty, heavy handshake, lift, grip, to hang on to your integrity with everything you got. And so Paul calls this young lieutenant and calls us this evening to vigilance, to rivet our attention, to focus on these two disciplines. The first, we are to be vigilant with our life. This is a reference to our character. That's the foundation to our integrity, that we would live hypocrisy-free lives, right? There'd be no sustained pattern of sin, that we regularly keep short sin accounts. There's nothing to hang on to point out, nothing to grab in our lives, no sustained pattern of sin. And it's a reminder to you regarding your whole life. Either you attack life or life will attack you. So we're to be vigilant about our life, our character. This is the foundation to our integrity. And then he says we're to be vigilant with our doctrine, our understanding of the scriptures, our handling of the scriptures, our consumption of the scriptures, as Eric challenged us last week with. They are inseparable. Life and doctrine are completely inseparable. Jesus said in John 8, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free." You've got to have the truth, right? You can't have a solid life without doctrine, and you can't just have be chock full of doctrine and have no life to back it up. Your private life and your public life, they have to match. And there are kind of categories that you need to think about when it comes to examining your life. I heard this on one occasion. I pulled off the side of the road and never forget it. But areas that you can lose your integrity, they're all S's, and they are for your homework and discussion tonight. First area, you could lose your integrity over slothfulness, laziness. Second area, you could lose your integrity over silver, money, a love for money, an unhealthy love for money. Third, self or pride. You could lose your integrity by being a prideful woman or prideful man. And fourth, sex. You could literally destroy your life with inappropriate behavior rather than honoring God in your life and in your marriage. So those are just 4 S's, 4 areas for you to examine, to do some homework tonight. Let me remind you again of the critical importance of paying close attention this week to your life and to your doctrine. Build your character. Study the scriptures. Align yourself under the authority of the scriptures. Pay close attention to life and doctrine. My name is Dan Dumas, and this is the Clarity Channel.